When we speak of police reforms in India, it is an acknowledged fact that India lags far behind in achieving the police reforms post Indian independence. Many times we witness that police resort to third degree measures, heinous barbaric methods they adopt, heinous methods in treating the accused within the police station. Lock-up deaths, that is the custodial deaths of the accused, are not uncommon in India. It's quite common. On an average of 110 lock-up deaths which is recorded takes place on year to year. When we refer to specific years, there are deaths which has taken place 500 in one particular year, 2015 and 16. So this is unbecoming of a police force, mainly because police are constitutionally expected to protect the human rights of the people. They are considered as protectors of human rights, whereas their acts many times is disheartening and they act as destroyers of human rights. The last week we have seen there is a death of father and son in Tamil Nadu. The police of Tamil Nadu are accused of causing death in the custody. It is disheartening, and people of India are disgusted with such anti-constitutional acts of the police. Police are meant to protect the law of the land. They are meant to maintain the peace and order in the society. By such disgusting acts, one may wonder whether are the protectors of the law of the land or are they destroyers of the law of land. It is painful to understand the reason behind such third degree treatments. First of all, they are not authorized by the law. Constitutionally, they are bound to maintain the methods of arrest which they are liberally floating the law of land. This is happening time and again. So we are also member of Commonwealth, and some of the heinous methods which can be described, which is recorded in the Commonwealth of Nations. I will read out some of the methods which Indian police adopt, illegally adopt, anti-constitutionally adopt to victimize or to torture the accused person within the police station. Some of the methods they adopt are, I will read out: stamping the bare body with boots, beating with canes on soles, beating with cane on the nude body, rolling heavy sticks on shins, and the police sitting on the victims, making the victim to sit in Z position in bare body and then beat them with canes, beating on the spine, beating with the butt of the rifle, slapping with cupped hands on both ears until the victim bleeds and loses consciousness. This is horrible, unable to even describe the methods that is followed by the Indian police on many occasions. Inserting live electric wire into the body, that is cervices and several other, including the mouth, nose, ears, the anus, inserting the live electric wire, inserting the stick in the anus so as to make the victim bleed, making the victim lie on the ice slabs, burning with lighted cigarettes and candle flame, not providing food and water, and by forcing the victim to drink his own excreta, stripping the victim, be it a man or woman, stripping the victim in front of others so as to humiliate the victims and to force them to accept whatever the police want the victims to agree upon. The criminal acts, whether they have done it or not, is a secondary. So these are the methods the police adopt. And parading the victims in public, this happens mostly in northern part of India. They parade the victims, they tie the hands of the victim, they parade them half naked in the streets, and suspending the victim by his wrists. They suspend him and howling him on an aeroplane by making him dangle in the mid-air by use of a rope and pulley. So these are the recorded heinous, unacceptable, unconstitutional methods of third degree treatments adopted by the police in India. It is not that we do not have good policing system, but such incidents bring defame to the entire police system in India. So these type of incidents, they destabilize the democratic process of the country. Are we living in a democracy? There is a question. The deaths that has taken place in Tamil Nadu, where father and son are said to be killed by torture, killed by third degree injuries, by inflicting third degree unacceptable standard of treatment within the police station. They have died, and it's so painful to accept such an act by the Indian police. It is also a fact that, to a common man's understanding, till today the people are they hesitate to enter into a police station, either even to give a police complaint in case if there is a theft, in case if there is any criminal act. Even the people who have suffered from crime, from criminals, hesitate to go lodge a police complaint in the police station because of such acts. They make them sit, when a person goes to the police station, they make them sit for hours together. So this is unbecoming of a police system, and it is time. See, police is a state subject. That does not mean the center should keep quiet. Both state and the center, that is the union and state, together have to look into this serious heinous state of situation of the police. We are said to be a proud democratic country. We talk of Constitution of India. We talk of Article 14 equality before law. We talk of Article 21 right to life with dignity. And there are custodial deaths that is taking place unabated. This is unbecoming. Though there are IPC and CRPC laws which is applicable to the police can be charged for inflicting injuries on the victim within the police station or even outside the police station limits, or for treating an accused in a way illegally against the orders of the court, without the orders of the court, without properly arresting them. So the police many times don't even give the opportunity of the accused to contact his near and dear, or to contact the legal help, to call up his lawyer. So such things do not bring any fame, do not subscribe to any standards of democracy, established standards of democracy. In such situations, our nation will become a democracy only in the books. So what is the human rights that we are all talking about? What is the global village, the concept of global village and the universal declaration of human rights we are talking about? And what is our affiliation, what is our accreditation with the United Nations? What human rights are we practicing? See, such police defame the entire police force. They are criminals in the disguise of police who adopt anti-constitutional, illegal methods. Whatever I have described, the methods of heinous treatments, third-degree measures, are only few. There are several others which a sane citizen cannot even express by his words. The treatments are such substandard, such heinous. The type of words they use, they slander every complainant who go there. They treat him, they call him in singular. So these are all the things which are facts. So therefore, the responsibility, first thing, it falls on the courts. Whenever the police come to the courts, they are treated properly. They have many times the courts take serious note of such things and direct inquiries on such police officers. I have seen many such police officers suspended because of the directions of the court. But when it comes as a matter of departmental inquiry within the police department, they just suspend, and after few days or few months, the suspended police officer who was involved in such a crime, such an anti-constitutional act, illegal act, are reinstated elsewhere. If he is suspended in Bangalore, he is reinstated in Hassan or Chitradurga, elsewhere, and vice versa. Such things takes place. So India, as far as the police reforms are concerned, there is no doubt that we are lacking behind. So whenever the police have done a proper job to uphold the law and order in the society, they have been appreciated. I have appreciated them. But such custodial deaths, such treatments, it is horrible to notice. I have seen videos in which both father and son, their dead bodies, and the deceased, the victims, kith and kin, are saying that the blood was flowing out from the anus of the father and son continuously. It was bleeding. And the hairs in the chest of the young man are plucked by the police. They have been accused of. So such things are criminal acts. They must be dealt by law, and they must be dismissed, and they must be brought into books. Law should take its course without any bias, without any partisan attitude. The state government of Tamil Nadu, in this reference, should be held accountable. In fact, the inquiry must be conducted by a judicial officer, and day-to-day outcome of the said case must be put in public domain. People should be kept aware of what is happening in such instances. The inquiry. When we see history, we see in Andhra Pradesh, in Kerala, there is a rise in radical thoughts of the people. Young people, especially the young adults, they fall into this Maoist communist fold. One of the main reason is because we are unable to sustain our democracy. Because of such crimes, the police involved in such criminal acts. The young people, they go into the fold of the Maoist Radical Students Union. They become Naxalites. So these are all the reasons why a person becomes a Naxalite, why a person becomes a Maoist, why a person gets into this communist fold. Because of such police actions, because the police act in anti-constitutional way, because the police do not understand the value of democracy. They become rogues. They are the licensed, they act as licensed criminals. So what is the option left? And state is ignorant of such actions. Therefore they become radicals, they become Naxalites and then aim to kill police. So it is a corrupt political and executive system. That is the police system, which is responsible for creating another irresponsible, another anti-constitutional groups which are recognized as Naxalites, the Radical Students Union and the Maoist Communists. So the reason is we should not be a failing democracy. If we fail to be a democracy, if we fail to respect the human rights, when we fail to respect our own constitution, so then the society is subjected to dangers from such select political police forces. Therefore, there is large scale disturbance. See, indirectly there are so much of consequences post such attacks. You see, now this death has taken place. This custodial death has taken place and police are accused of such deaths. There is a prima facie evidence which is floating in the social media, where the group of police come, they pick up father and son duo and take them to the police station, and next day there is a death of these two, father and son. It is unbecoming of a police force in India. So therefore, there are able policemen, there are policemen who perform their duties by large in accordance with the constitutional provisions, in accordance with the law of the land, respectfully. They are safeguarding the interests of the people. They are responsible for keeping peace in the society. But such incidents create lasting pain and impression amongst the people that police, when you say police, people are afraid. The society is afraid to interact with the police. They don't become the part and parcel of the society. They are treated as rogues. They are considered as demons because of their inhuman acts. Some people do such type of anti-constitutional, inhuman, illegal acts which results in custodial deaths, which results in a torture of people inside the police station, and such things reflect the entire police system. So this should stop. This should stop. If this does not stop, if this is not controlled, if custodial deaths are taking place year on year, 120, 130, such deaths are taking place, which is recorded, unrecorded. See, police are also experts in creating evidences. So they create such an evidence in order to come out of the crimes that they commit in their power. If there is a custodial that they create fake, they force the doctors to create false post-mortem reports. They create evidences in order to secure themselves after committing such acts. So there must be much stricter rules. There must be highly competitive law that control the police system in India, without which this is set to continue. There will be no full stop. There will be no control mechanism on the police. If such thing happens, then the people will lose their interest in this democratic process itself. See, we must see the nota, there is an increase in nota. When the elections take place, there is a substantial increase once the nota is implemented as a process of democracy. We have been seeing there is a rise in nota. So what does it depict? It depicts the system failure, and the democratic system failure is because of such heinous barbaric actions, corrupt attitude, corrupt actions of the police, of the politicians. So there must be the Union of India and the state governments together must take up such issues which is actually damaging the nation. So people become Naxalites, they become radicals, and they clash with the constitution. They become, see, from the clutches of police they escape, they become Naxalites. And then they challenge the constitution. So in this corrupt attitude, the nation is in danger. The nation is at danger. The democracy is at danger. Democracy is one of the best form of survival of any society in the world. There is no doubt in that. But democracy must be people's democracy, where the law of the land, where the constitution of the nation must be respected. Until that happens, there is a set danger for this nation.